Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand. I hope you're all doing well this afternoon. I nearly said evening, it's the afternoon. How are we all doing for Manchester United against Norwich? We'll also be keeping you updated with what's going on in the big game in the FA Cup semi-final as well, which I am very interested in keeping an eye on, which is Manchester City against Liverpool in the FA Cup semi-final, which kicks off at 3:30. But look, a little bit late today. Sorry, apologies. But we've just had a big goal. Brighton have just scored late on against Spurs. It's 1-0 to Brighton. And that's quite a big bit of news for us in relation to Manchester United. Let me just get that sorted out there. I am a little bit late today. I was always going to be a little bit late today. I was a little bit later than I wanted to be because I had to sort out the graphics today because we haven't got Drawty today. But we have got a stream for you. And Brighton have just scored, which is great news. But I was always going to be a little bit late today because I've got I'm still not feeling great, and it's a very long stream doing a watch along. So I thought rather than tire myself out before the match actually starts, I'd just go live a little bit later. So apologies for that, but I'm sure you've all been keeping an eye on what's going on with Brighton and Spurs, and that's a big goal for us actually. We'll go through the team news in a moment, but probably of more relevance if I show you this, a league table. I just need to pull it above there and pull you below there. Okay, so the league table at the moment stays the same. Tottenham would stay on 57 points, having played 32 games. We'd have a game in hand on them, and if we can win today, that's one of the results down. Obviously, Arsenal are playing at Southampton. I think West Ham are playing Burnley. So we've got to win today. The fact that Brighton have deserved a point, 3 points today against Spurs is without doubt true. And I think also, I did say this, I mean, people want to say Spurs are going to finish in the top four and everything like that, but Arsenal and Spurs are Arsenal and Spurs, and it is very up and down, and I think it's, you've just got to try and get something out of this week. I don't think we'll get anything out of Liverpool on Tuesday night at Anfield, but we might get something out of Arsenal. Skull, thank you very much for subscribing and becoming a member as well. I have just put up a video. I say just, it's gone. I think it has gone up. If you want to become a member of the channel, click the join button or click the link at the top of the chat. Thanks very much for supporting the channel. If you do become a member, you get your badges, which change each month in the live chat. But we've also got exclusive content on there as well for you now. You don't lose anything by not being a member because we have got lots of other content for you as well. But we do have exclusive content that we're putting out for the members now. A lot of head-to-heads we're doing at the moment. We've just compared Tchouaméni to McTominay, Rice, Neves and Calvin Phillips. Very interesting video, so check it out. It's on the members section for you now if you want to become a member, and thank you very much for joining. New videos gone up. We've also got Timber against Maguire on there and Rashford against Anthony, and loads more of those are going to be on there. So a little bit back for our members. Slow Sports News says De Gea is set to take over. I've gone 3-0, which sees us go fifth, as long as that says Slow Sports News. Okay, and I'd put Garnacho instead of Elanga. He's something to prove, and Elanga's form has dropped in recent games. Well, let's go through the team news. I mean, look, it is a little bit... welcome to the Members Club, That's Wild. Thank you very much for joining. It is a bit of an interesting Manchester United lineup, I've got to be honest. I didn't expect to see Nemanja Matic not starting when we don't actually have Fred or McTominay, so that has surprised me a little bit, got to be honest with you. Jesse Lingard starting really has surprised me. The bench I'll go to in a minute, but that is the team. David De Gea, Dalot, Lindelof, Lindelof, Maguire and Telles, Pogba, Bruno, Lingard, and then Elanga, Sancho, Ronaldo. I don't know. I think I would have played Matic in this game. I've got to be honest. I don't know whether he's upset them by putting in that fact that he's leaving in the summer. I don't know. Last night, it just seems a little bit silly to me. I thought he played well against Everton for the first hour, so I just don't know. I don't know why Lingard's in the team as well. This terrifies me. Does this mean he's got a future at the fucking club now? We've not used him at all, and now we're going to use him. I just don't know. I mean, he will bring a bit of energy in. Some people did need to be dropped. Rashford's been dropped again. So, yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, the bench is Henderson. I mean, at least we've only got one goalkeeper on the bench. Henderson, Bailly, Jones, Wan-Bissaka, Hannibal, Mata, Matic, Garnacho and Rashford is your bench. So Hannibal and Garnacho are on there. But yeah, I think it's a little bit of a weird team. Catherine, welcome to the Members Club. Do you know who this Alejandro is on the bench? Says Matt C. Yeah, definitely saving Matic for Liverpool though, says Hader. Well, that's an interesting point, and I hadn't actually thought about that. I think you make a great point there that maybe there is an aspect of keeping players back for that. So you might be right. And look, I think Lingard has to go. I'd cry if we gave him a new contract. I'd just be like, why? But it is 1-0 to Brighton at the moment. Yes, Uzar, thank you very much for that. But he might just give us a little bit of something. And, I do find it interesting that Rashford's not starting. Zane, thank you very much. But maybe we're looking at a big week ahead. And maybe he has got to utilise his squad over that time. Make no mistake, Eric Ten Hag will be watching maybe on Monday, but it's a good chance to see which players are worth keeping around, says Treble Champ. And it is a great point. We have got a game on Tuesday, and I think Liverpool are probably going to annihilate us if we're absolutely honest. So Brighton have won. Big result for Brighton there. 1-0. 1-0 to Brighton. And it makes a big it's a big thing for Manchester United, that is, because if we can win today, it puts us three points off Spurs with the same amount of games played. So yeah, let's go through this Norwich side. Norwich are lining up like this: Krul, Birham, Glanos, Norman, Hanley, Gibson, Dowell, McLean, Pookie, Mello and Rishika. Yeah, they're not very good, but we should beat them. Amir, thank you very much for subscribing. Becoming a member, really appreciate it. Mark Wilkins as well. I don't know what's going on here. I keep changing it, and it just I don't want to be there. I want to be there. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with that there. Brandon Williams can't play Hader because he's on loan from Manchester United, so you don't play against your parent club. It will be interesting to see what happens. Obviously, there was a planned protest today. So, from what I understand, there was a meet-up at the Tollgate pub, and they were going to stand outside and then not go in for 17 minutes. So it'd be interesting to see how many people adhere to that. I mean, look, I've had people moaning about me about these protests. I've had people saying ignore the protests, and the reality is I don't really know much about the protests because the people behind it don't want to get us involved in it, and that's up to them, isn't it? So I can't really say go and do this, go and do that, when I don't really understand what it's all about. Suffice to say that everybody should always be encouraged to protest against something in a peaceful way if they're not happy, and if they're not happy, that's up to them, isn't it? I've heard people saying, if you're not going to go to the game, don't go to the game, don't walk in 17 minutes later. But look, let's see what happens with that. I don't think Old Trafford's going to be empty, but there might be a few seats. We'll see. Ultimately, what's the end game as well? I mean, this group, we've got Manchester United Supporters Trust for that, and already as well, my concern is this, that every attempt for any protest always falls flat on its arse because people have got ideas about what a football fan should be. The great thing I think we have about in our community is that we might disagree on things, but I don't think there's ever been you're not a fan if you're from this part of the country or this part of the world, or you don't do this, you don't do that. And I think that's always been the problem. I think United feed into that problem as well when you think about their fan representatives. It's always match-going fans. They ignore the wider fans except for when there's a brand deal to be done. So I think in a fan base we do this as well. There's elitism and you're better than I'm better than you and this, that and the other. So look, you're never going to make change unless you've got everybody on board. Think Rashford keeps getting dropped because he's dressing room leak and Ranić knows it, says Ren. Amir, welcome to the Members Club. Do you think Ten Hag might be able to coach, develop and help players like McTominay and Rashford to get to their full potential, says Jack. I think it is interesting that Rashford's not in the team today. I don't know what everybody else thinks. I don't know why Delo is fucking about. He's getting on my bloody tits. The uniformity of Delo and Alanga is just not. They're not in form. They keep changing with everybody else. It's getting on my fucking tits. I don't know what to do. I don't know why they're doing it. They should not be doing it. They should just be normal. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's really annoying me. This is what happens when you don't have Drawty. Lingard's doing it, and Alanga's doing it, and Delo's doing it. They're not in uniform with everybody else. It's really annoying me. And they still keep doing it. Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with it. It really is quite annoying. I'm trying to see if there's something I can do. Yeah, there's not. I'm just going to have to do it. I'm just going to have to just leave it as it is. I'll put the league table up. That'll put the league table up for a bit. That'll make me feel better. Delo is Portuguese now, says Anatar. Yeah, I've got OCD, so it just annoys me a little bit. Yeah. But what can you do? Don't worry about it, Mark, says Russ. Yes, don't worry about it. So look, big game for Manchester United today. As I said, I think Matic may well be being kept back for the game on Tuesday. Ranić has already come out with some interesting comments saying that the only player that might play against Liverpool is Varane. So expect no McTominay, Fred, Cavani for the Liverpool game as well. So maybe there's a little bit of rotation with that in mind. Maybe Rashford's being kept back for the Liverpool game as well. I mean, look, we don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But what we have to do is win today. And I don't think it's as easy as ABC because Norwich themselves still have got a chance. I mean, I'm not going to show you the league table for Norwich, but they're I think they're 6 or 7 points away from safety themselves. And yeah, I think that they will come and have a go, and I certainly think they'll come and have a go when they look at our midfield of Lingard, Pogba, and Bruno, and then they look at the attack of Sancho, Elanga, and they look at the defence of Maguire and Lindelof. I think that they can come and give us a bit of a game. It'd be bloody embarrassing to lose it, but I said it this morning, and I don't know what everybody else thinks. I said it this morning. I don't know what can happen in this game today. We could win it 3 or 4-0. We could draw it. We could lose it. Amir, welcome to the Members Club. Basuma, world-class performance again today. Won then the game against Spurs. We should sign him. Says, yeah, well, I think many people would like Basuma, wouldn't they? But, yeah, it would be interesting. Big win for Brighton. We've still got to play for Brighton. We've got big... But, I mean, that's... I mean, the interesting thing about Brighton, that's Spurs and Arsenal beaten on the road. Back to back. And we've got to play them. So, look. Mate, and a lot of people talking about Casido as well. I mean, what I love about football... I lean back in my chair. Tell you what I love about football. What I bloody love about football is when somebody tweets something saying, remember Goldbridge going on about us missing out on Casido when he went to Brighton? He's now playing in their reserves. Swivel on those guns. Swivel on them both. He's actually playing really well at the moment. Amir, welcome to the Members Club. I think I've already said that. Hope we see Mabry or Garnacho get a little look in today's HTD. I've got to be honest, I really couldn't give a toss about whether Garnacho or Mabry get any game time today. If we're 2 or 3-0 up, I'd love to see it. But, you know, I agree with Ranić, and I think we've said it before, you can't be just chucking young players into games like this. Jamie says Basuma was class. We need a great player in our midfield there. We need a win today. We absolutely have to win today. I was getting a bit stressed last night. I was watching... what did I watch? I was watching Drive last night. Very good film. With Gosling in it, Ryan. And whilst I was watching it, because I've seen it loads of times, I was doing a bit of Googling. And I looked at the league table. And I was like... I wasn't looking at Arsenal and Spurs. I was looking at West Ham and Wolves fixtures. And I'm like, fucking hell, we need to get some points. We need to get some points on board. And... today is probably the biggest 3 points we've got on offer this season. So, yeah, I think Brentford at home and Norwich at home, we've got to take 6 points there. As you see on the league table there, it takes us up to 50. That would take us up to 57. West Ham and Wolves. West Ham are on 51 at the moment. Wolves are on 49. I don't think Wolves will be able to get... I can't see Wolves getting 60 points, looking at their running. So we've got to just try and... We have to win today. And the interesting thing is, I know we do have fans in our fan base, and I'm sure there's people in the community. What do they call it? Tough love, or they almost like to see us lose because we deserve to lose, or something like that. But we can't be like that. This is about next season. This is about Ten Hag. Every game now is about next season. It's not about this season. They've been a shower of shit this season. They've been a bloody nightmare this season. But I don't care if we win our next 4 games by dodgy VAR decisions or red cards against the opposition. I don't really care how we win. We just need to get what we're playing for now is the best possible scenario for Erik Ten Hag to inherit. Can't you be pissed, Mark, about the team selection? You know what happened against Leeds, says Chelsea. Well, we'll see. I mean, I think this sort of game might suit Jesse Lingard. Mark, the only thing Rashford should be kept back for is extra training. He's not the only player we can apply that to either, says Andy and Bruno. Hi, Mark. I don't know whether you're leaving United Stand, but I want to say thanks for all the amazing work, says Alfie. Thanks very much for your super chat, Alfie. I really, really hope Ten Hag will come in and remove players like Lingard. Don't want to be going through the motions of players of old giving chances, says Jacob. I would sign Cucurella, says Sharath Mathmitis. I love Cucurella at Brighton. He's fantastic. Richmond Sports and Gaming's welcome to the Members Club. Remember, if you are a member of the United Stand Members Club, you get a little badge next to your name like Sadiq has got and Marcus S. Have just uploaded a new video that you can watch over your pleasure this afternoon or tomorrow or this evening. It's who is it? It's Tchouameni compared to McTominay and Rice. It's a little sort of 6, 7, 8 minute video exclusively for the members, which you can get by becoming a member, clicking the join button or doing it through the pinned chat. De Bruyne is on the bench for Manchester City, says easy peasy. I will be keeping an eye on Man City. I've got the big screens on as well, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. Does anybody actually want to know the team news for Man City against Liverpool? I can give you that just while we're waiting here, and then we'll get back to talking about Manchester United. So that's a 3:30 kickoff. I don't know whether they've actually put the team news out yet. I'm sure somebody just said that they had. I'll have a quick look for you. Man City's team news: Stefan, Cancelo, Stones, Aki, Zinchenko, Fernandinho, Bernardo, Foden, Grealish, Jesus and Sterling. So he's gone with quite a weakened side there. I don't know what Liverpool have gone for. Have they taken it a little bit more seriously? Yes. Alisson, Trent, Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Thiago, Keita, Diaz, Mane, Salah. So he's gone a bit stronger, I think, there. Pep's... Is that reverse psychology by Pep? Maybe he's got a few injury problems and thought, I'll go a bit weaker. Mark, I'm going to do a great super chat in 6 weeks. Wait for it, says Brian. Thank you very much. Okay. And there are other games going on at 3 o'clock as well. One of the most interesting things about this weekend, it's not that interesting. One of the more interesting 3 o'clock kickoffs is Southampton against Arsenal. So that's at 3 o'clock. We could really do with Southampton getting something there as well. Of course, the league table is on screen now. The only difference from that league table there is that Spurs have actually played a game more than that. They've just lost to Brighton. So Spurs are actually on 32 games played, which gives Arsenal 2 games in hand on Spurs, and they're only 3 points behind. So Arsenal will see a massive opportunity opening up for them now. If they didn't beat Southampton, maybe there's a bit of an opportunity for Manchester United opening up again. I mean, we surely can't get Champions League football. I'm more thinking about Europa League football. I know it's there to vote on, but I think a head-to-head of Bruno versus Odegaard would be interesting. Column, it would not be interesting at all on a Manchester United fan channel. It would be the worst poll ever. As if Odegaard's going to get any votes on a United stand poll for against Bruno. Vignesh says, how are you? Only if we had won our last couple of games, we would be in pole position for top 4. Yes, the players are to blame, Vignesh, yes. I know it's not... sorry, I've done that one. I've done that from Vignesh. Welcome to the Members Club, Isaac. Chelsea says, when we play against Arsenal soon, which is actually a week today, their captain, we should see Odegaard's attitude versus Bruno. I think that is much of the reason for his fail. Bruno will be good with players around him that are good. And in months to come, we will binge watch videos to reminisce golden times. Thank you for keeping us going throughout all the bad times, lockdowns and all, says Mashuk. Thank you very much. Does anybody actually go back and watch old United stand videos? They'd be very much of their time, wouldn't they? But anyway, what are my thoughts on Darwin Núñez from Benfica, says Nishant. I think that Darwin Núñez would be my number 1 target as a striker. I don't think he's a guaranteed success, but in the quest to buy a striker, I think he would be the one. But yeah. Ranyik, just got a few comments coming in from Ranyik for you as well. So let's just tell you what Ranyik's been saying. He said this. Garnacho is still only 17, but a player that hopefully, if he keeps his feet on the ground, if he keeps trying to get better every day, that in the future he will not only be sitting on the bench, but also one stage playing for this club. He's been training with us now for the last 2 weeks, and I know that he is one of the most promising players that we have. We also need to be on the front foot against the ball. He's now moved on to Norwich. He says, we are missing a few of our midfield players, and in the last 3 games we were struggling to score goals and create big chances. That's why I've decided to go for Bruno and Jesse and Pogba in a midfield 3. You do worry about the defensive side of. I mean, I want to talk about that in a minute. Actually, as I said, against Everton and also against Leicester and against Atletico, we didn't create that many chances. And today in our house, hopefully, we will get better with this lineup. So he's gone very attacking, hasn't he? We also need to be on the front foot against the ball and make sure that we have in all of the situations where Norwich gets the possession or the players behind the ball. It's definitely a very attacking intent from Ralph Rangnick and Manchester United today. We are playing the bottom team, of course, Norwich. He wants us to be on the front foot, and I think that's the most important thing, isn't it? Let me just get the team up on the screen for you. So it is an attacking team. You've got Lingard, Pogba, and Bruno in the midfield. Hopefully you won't be leaving, Mark, as this content is world class. Thank you, Liam Devon Red. And can you give a massive shout out to my brother Mike, who is his birthday? Reed, that's absolutely awful. If I'd read the second name, it would have been rubbish. He's trying to catch me with a really rubbish one. But I will read your chat. It's a very attacking Manchester United side. Hopefully Delo and Tellez will be pushing forward. We've got Alanga off the right, of course, instead of Rashford, which some people might be quite surprised about. You've got Jesse Lingard in the midfield with Paul Pogba. There's no defensive discipline in that midfield. I think it's a risk. I think it's a really big risk. And I spoke about this on the show last night. We are playing Norwich, who are fighting for their lives, and we are sticking 2 people in our midfield who don't want to be at the club next season. And we're asking Paul Pogba, and I like Pogba. We're asking Paul Pogba to show defensive discipline and run our midfield. Something he's very rarely done. So I think it's quite an interesting way to approach the game. And I suppose most of it will come down to how Norwich approach the game, I guess, because Norwich need to win. So I think we're going to get a lot of goals in this game. I think it might be a really entertaining goal. I think it's clearly going to be a goal fest. That can only be. That could only be a good thing. Sorry, I was just finishing up a tweet there. But yeah, there will be goals because we'll probably end up giving up chances as well. Having said that, remember what I said about Norwich in the preview? They're the only team in the Premier League this season who are in single figures for goals scored away from home. So maybe Rangnick's looked at that and thought, look, they're crap at scoring goals. Let's just attack them. Hi Mark, who will Ten Hag have as our pair of centre-backs and how will he deal with our Maguire problem? Patrick, contrary to what everybody else thinks, I don't know what our centre-back situation's going to be. I don't know. I can tell you what I'd like, but I don't know. Nobody fucking knows what's going to happen with Eric Ten Hag. I mean, Jesse Lingard could get a new contract. Paul Pogba could get a new contract. I don't know what's going to happen next season. I do know that both Lindelof and Maguire will be here next year. I think that's absolutely nailed on. Varane will be here. I think he'll buy a centre-back, but I'm sure he will try and get the best out of some of these players that are going to have to stay. What do you think of Moyes at West Ham? Do you ever wonder what could have been? No, I never wanted him at Man United in the first place. I'm not one of those people that the LMH with that point. I'm not one of those people that changes his opinion on things that I feel very strongly about, that I was proved right about. I never wanted David Moyes as Man United manager. I would have sacked him week 1. 9 months was too late to sack him for me. I couldn't stand him as a Man United manager. He caused loads of problems. He walked into a club the size of which he'd never managed before and decided he was going to get rid of all the backroom staff. His transfer window was a joke because he couldn't make a fucking decision. And we were a terrible footballing side. Moyes was a crap manager. Absolutely crap. But, before you start having a pop at me, listen to the next bit. What David Moyes is doing at West Ham doesn't surprise me. He did the same at Everton before he came to Manchester United. In the right club with the right expectations, he's got the ability to exceed those expectations. And what he's doing at West Ham is fantastic. But no top 6 club, Arsenal, Spurs, Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, would ever go near David Moyes, because he can't manage a big club like that. But what he can do is he can do a West Ham, he can do an Everton, he can probably do a Villa, and he can make you exceed your expectations. And you know what that is? It's the same with players. Some players, like James Maddison, is not a top 4 standard player, but he can do a very good job at Leicester. And I think Moyes is the Maddison of the footballing world. With Rashford looking bad and Scott looking to be replaced in the summer, who's going to be the academy player next season? Dylan, I don't know what you're talking about. McTominay's going nowhere. Mark Wilkins, thank you very much for your sticker. Hi Mark, can you wish my sister Abella a happy birthday? Love the show, says Brian. Moyes is suited to clubs like West Ham, not big clubs like United, says Stephen Hazard. Fair play to him for doing well at West Ham, but he wasn't United quality. Exactly, he's done it. Stephen said it in a nicer way. But it's true, it's true. So what's your thoughts on the... I feel like... What's your thoughts on the team, everybody? Mark, does anybody want this top 4? It's crazy, says Chaos Jokers. I think every game in the top 4 race now is, as you say, it's just really interesting to see how it's going to pan out. I don't know what's going to happen next, but look, we've got Arsenal playing at the same time as us, so let's keep an eye on that. Tomorrow you've got, I don't think Wolves play this weekend, so tomorrow you've got West Ham home to Burnley. That could be 3 points for them. Obviously next weekend we're playing Chelsea play Arsenal Wednesday, we play Liverpool on Tuesday. There's all sorts going on, and I mean, we just got to get some points on the board. I mean, I'm not even thinking about top 4, I'm thinking about Europa League. Vignesh says it's a very open team, it's going to be very attacking. EJ says, hey Mark, it would be nice interviewing ex or current Premier League referees. And hi Mark, what's your score prediction for United versus Norwich and Liverpool versus City? Says Slippy. I think Liverpool will win the FA Cup game. Looking at the teams, Man City have gone quite weak. You know, he's made some change. He's basically picked a cup team, whereas Liverpool have gone quite strong. I think Man United. I think I'm going to go 2-0 to Manchester United, but it could be. It could work. It could be. It could go. It could. Who knows? Who knows? I haven't done a poll yet. I don't think we need to do a poll. I think United. I think we all know that United will win. No, I'm not saying that. I think we all know that the vast majority will go with United win. Really not sure about Lingard starting today. I'm just wishing for a complete revamp next season, says Jacob. I think even if Jesse Lingard starts playing well, he'll still leave, won't he? He's out of contract. I mean, God. I mean, the worst thing that could happen is that United give Jesse Lingard a new contract. Because how is that a step forward if you're going to give a 29-year-old a new contract? I mean, he's got to move on as much as we've got to move on, hasn't he, really? But he probably put a bit more effort in, which is important. What you got, Seb? Seb? Oh, okay. Lingard wants to go to West Ham, says Elimano. Well, he could be going to West Ham in the Champions League, couldn't he? Could do. Who knows? So, please do smash a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe. You can do your player ratings in the second half, of course, as well. We are about 13 minutes away from the start of this match. We will also be keeping you up to date with Man City against Liverpool. That doesn't kick off until 3:30. But we will keep you up to date with that as well. Surely we'll get a bit of this man today as well. Not me. Surely Sue's ready. She's had her makeup done this morning. Surely that will be coming through as well soon. But just a little bit about the protest as well. I don't know whether you can hear this. James Ducker says, probably a couple of thousand United fans currently camped in Munich tunnel demonstrating against the Glazers. Directors' tunnel shutters closed and guarded by riot police and stewards. So they've marched down from the pub, I think, at about 2 o'clock. Apparently they're going to stay outside of the game for 17 minutes and then they'll come in, I think. So, I don't know. Look, you know, I don't really know what the... I don't know. I mean, I think there's a lot of people like me about it. I mean, I'm always pro anything that sort of highlights to the Glazers that we're not happy with their ownership. But I do also agree with people who say that, is this because we lost to Everton last week? Is it because we've had a bad performance on the pitch? You know, no one was doing it when we bought Ronaldo. And that's what annoys me a little bit, is that, you know, it always seems to be prompted by bad results. And actually, the club have appointed Erik ten Hag this season, this week as well, which I think is quite positive. Maxwell, thanks for your super chat. Lingard, what is the point in playing him seriously, says CW. And I'm bored of these protests. Club is going in the good direction for once, in my opinion, says Connor T. And hi Mark, do you think Ten Hag will get sucked into Passion FC players like every past manager, says Eric. I think what Erik ten Hag needs to do is what we spoke about last night. Is he needs to get his own players in and show us something new. Jamie, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much for joining. And what is the problem at Manchester United, says Rory? I don't know. Why don't you tell us, Rory? And Mark, isn't Alanga number 36? I don't really care, mate. Please just don't. Do you see any point in waiting outside for 17 minutes? If you want a response, do it properly. From the images, seem like the gates have been closed, says Arjun J. I don't think they'd close the gates on people coming in. I'm not grumpy, Luke. I've just not been that well this week, so I'm still just sort of getting over it a bit. That's why I went live a little bit later as well. If Norwich beat Man United, I'll be crying my head off, says Pro Evo at PES. And Richie Duncan, thank you very much. Niall says more protests. What are you protesting about, Niall? That's the question you're going to get back. Why aren't you there protesting yourself? Why are you on the live chat? And what are you protesting about? That's what people want to know. I want to know it. What are you protesting about? And if you are protesting, why has that message been messed up by the media that you're protesting because of bad results? Are you protesting about bad results? Are you protesting about just the Glazers? And I think this is what some people are on about. What is the protest actually about? Why is it being done? You know, the protest is green and gold, and you're playing Norwich, you're playing green and gold. Is that why we're doing it? I just think it needs to be a little bit better organised and a little bit better communicated, because the media have actually not done it any favours, I don't think, because they've just gone on about bad performances. And Ralph Rangnick yesterday got asked about bad performances. That's not what a protest can be. It's like the one back in October that was apparently Glazers out, but actually it was just because Ollie was shit. It's like you can't protest because of bad performances on the pitch. That's just you go into the ground to protest against that, and you have a pop at the players. If 10 players leave next season, do you think we are fast enough to buy and fill these positions? And I don't think I've seen such a big recruitment drive from any top 6 club in recent years, says Harshad. JR says, I can't stand the fact that Maguire's starting every week. Well, I think Maguire's starting every week has become sort of expected with the injury to Varane, but you know, he just some people say he's a bit like a fart in a lift. He just lingers on, doesn't he? But there are definitely fans in Old Trafford, by the way. It's not empty by any means. Least crap will get top 4. We are joke this season, says Jack Brown. I still think top 4 is very difficult for Manchester United to achieve, but we will see what happens with that. This game isn't going to make you feel any better, Mark, says P. Cost. And Arteta out, says Sareem. I mean, this is not... I couldn't give a shit about Arteta, so you can go. And offensive midfield for chance creation, says Star. We will be keeping you up to date with Man City and Liverpool as well. They don't kick off until 3:30. We're about 8 minutes away from the start of this match. With Spurs losing, I'm hoping it makes us take the game to Norwich and get the win, says Daniel Brindley. The issue is, looking at the league table, and I can put it up on the screen for you here, the issue that Manchester United have got in the league is that we're 6 points behind Spurs anyway. even if we beat Norwich, we've got to play Liverpool away, Arsenal away, Brentford at home, Brighton away, Chelsea at home, Crystal Palace away. So that's our last 7 games, and it's difficult. It's difficult for us. Norwich are currently 7 points away from safety, which makes it quite interesting. And look, I think it will be very interesting how Norwich approach this game. Jay's not happy with the 11. He says that 11 is an insult. I mean, I have been asking you. I've been asking you a lot what you think about this team that United have picked. De Gea, Dalot, Lindelof, Maguire, Telles. Pogba is the holding midfielder, Lingard and Bruno, and then Elanga, Sancho, Ronaldo. I mean, it's very, very, very attacking. That's my initial thoughts. It's very, very attacking. Can't wait to see Jesse play hard for 20 minutes, says Oz. It's a very attacking Manchester United lineup. And you can't deny that. But, I think, it's like Jesper says, it's a bit weird as well. It is a bit of a weird lineup from Manchester United. I don't think you can deny that. It is a bit of a weird Manchester United lineup. But there's a lot of people in Old Trafford. There is a bit of a protest going on as well, as we're aware about. But I don't know whether we've got anybody in the chat who's in Old Trafford. I bet we have now. They won't really be there. But yeah, it's a big game. It's a big game for Manchester United. The plan for the protest, as I understand it, and I might have this completely wrong because I don't think it's been communicated as well as it could have been by the media, is that there's going to be a protest outside the ground by fans who will then come in after 17 minutes because it's 17 years of the Glazers at the club. So that is apparently how it will work. But there's still a lot of fans in the ground who probably, I don't know. But we will keep you updated with what's going on in relation to the football. And what's going on in relation to the football today is that we need Manchester United to win this game. Hi Mark, just want a good team win with players that are trying, says Mohammed. Play for the shirt and the fans. It's not rocket science, says Mohammed. Hi Mark, do you want Liverpool to win today? Could be the best result in terms of avoiding a City treble, says Milo. Yeah, I sort of have got the same mindset of you actually on that one. I do think that if Liverpool win the FA Cup or knock Man City out the FA Cup, Man City can't win the FA Cup, and then they're favourites to win the league. So a treble becomes difficult. Jack, well, thank you. The fans are protesting about the Glazers, Mark, says Jack. And hi Mark, I'm watching you from Australia. Hopefully Manchester United will win today, says Raul. 20k people watching along. It's a great community we have here. Thank you, says Kartik. Thank you very much. The lineup shows an attacking mind, but also shows the lack of depth for our midfield, says DZ World. Hi Mark, do you want Liverpool to win? I've done that one. The fans are protesting about the Glazers. Well, maybe they should have communicated with the media a little bit better, because the media have started talking about it being about performance, which is clearly not the case. Jack. Triple captaincy on Ronaldo this week on Fantasy. Keep the faith, everyone. Well, I'm hoping we're going to see a bit of Sue. Players are in the tunnel anyway, and we are getting close to the start of this game. We will be keeping you up to date with Man City, Liverpool as well. I'm a little bit annoyed that they've put the Man City Liverpool game at 3:30 to clash with Man United's game, but I know why they've done it. It's because it's Easter weekend in the UK, and obviously Liverpool and Man City are based in the north, and train times, etc., getting back. They've made a decision there that suits those fans better. Your team sheet has Dalot with Portuguese flag. Please fix it, says Ryan Duffy. There's a problem with our team sheet. I don't know why. As I said, yeah. If you want to see the team news, there it is. We've got De Gea, Dalot, Telles, Lindelof, Maguire. Pogba appearing to be a holding midfielder with Lingard and Bruno. Elanga off the right, Ronaldo and Sancho, which means that we've got Marcus Rashford back on the bench, which some people might be quite surprised about. But there we go. I will let you know as soon as the timer starts. Man City, Liverpool. We'll keep you up to date with what's going to go on there. So yeah, 17 minutes these fans are going to stay outside the ground for. That's correct. But Old Trafford looking relatively full, but as we know, we think there's a couple of thousand outside. But there we go. What signings do you think Manchester United will get this summer? And do you think they will sell Harry Maguire, says Ace the Gamer? They're not going to sell Harry Maguire. Hoping for United win today. Can see Ronaldo getting another hat-trick, says CM. Can I get a shout out for my dad who's in hospital, who is Dale? Shout out for Dale there. Thank you very much. And thanks everyone who's become a member, by the way. Little badge next to your name in the chat if you are a member. Click the join button, which is at the top of the pinned chat. I've just put up another video about an hour ago, which is comparing Tchouaméni to McTominay, Rice, Neves and Phillips. Basically, the CDMs all compared on defensive actions, passing, success rate, aerial, all that sort of stuff. So a little clip, a little quick video for you exclusively on the Members Club. Check out the Members Club for that. I've got a few exclusive videos in there for you. Thank you very much. Sun's out, changes are happening, let's be positive, says Nicholas. Yeah, I certainly feel the positivity around United at the moment. I think that we have been subjected to some negative times this season, and I do think with the appointment of Erik ten Hag, there is an opportunity for Manchester United to, kick on, get a couple of wins, make sure we finish in the top 6 and start again next season. And if it's in the Europa League, it's in the Europa League. Hi Mark, just wanted to say I'm enjoying the content across all your ventures regardless of the situation at the club, says Lee Spicer. Thank you very much for your super chat there, Lee. Make sure you smash a like on the video. So match of the day is on for Man City against Liverpool and Manchester United against Norwich as well. What do you think about Tottenham losing against Brighton? I'm not surprised, Dusan. Would the protest spook Erik ten Hag, says Treble? I wouldn't have thought so, but on the other hand, it might make a manager think, is this the right environment for me to come into? He could benefit from that environment. He might not benefit from that environment. So we'll have to wait and see, won't we? Anyway, we are at 3 o'clock. I'm just going to start a clock for you, and then we can get up and running. What do you think of Dean Smith as manager, says the comment guy? I think Dean Smith's done a good job, to be honest with you. Drogba. Sorry, they're just doing the match of the day interview introduction, and Drogba was there. So matches up and running, timers below, and empty seats at Old Trafford. There are a few empty seats. You will see a few empty seats, but it still looks very, very full from the pictures that I've seen. It's what you want is people not turn. If you're not going to turn up for a match, don't turn up for a match. I think that's very difficult to do. Hannibal should be in over Lingard. I don't get it, says Stuart Walker. It's a pressure thing, Stuart. It's a pressure thing. If at the end of the day, if you put Hannibal into that team, it's difficult, isn't it? Man City, Liverpool. We will keep you updated on that. Is Harry gonna get his name on score sheet today? Either way, says. Well, hopefully Harry Maguire will get his name into the team sheet today as well. I don't care who gets the name on the score sheet really, as long as somebody bloody does it. Can we have Ten Hag full analytics for members, says Muta. I'm sure we can do something around Ten Hag yet. Fans aren't booing Ronaldo. It will be Norwich fans booing Ronaldo. Do you think player selection is based on sponsorship requirements? Could explain the strange selections. Why else would you keep picking Maguire, says Grumpy. It is on the radio in the UK if you want to listen to it. The crowd is not booing Ronaldo. Bore off. We had the same thing said last week, didn't we, about Harry Maguire, and it wasn't. It was the opposition. It happened against Leicester 2 weeks ago. But it will be a very attacking Manchester United performance. Sancho's just put in an early cross there, but Tim Krul's got hold of it. Where do I think Manchester United will finish, says Rory? I don't know, really. I don't know. Mika Richards in his suit. Alan Shearer. Kevin Williams, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much for joining. It's the Norwich fans booing Ronaldo. 100%. Don't listen to idiots in the chat. What if Maguire makes a mistake again today, Mark, says Rahul? Well, if he makes a mistake today, Rahul, he's made a mistake. I think it's the right move by Ranić, though, because, oh, there's a chance for Norwich, and it's a great save by David De Gea. Dave saves from Pukki. Big save already. Dave with the big save again. That was a big chance for Thomas Pukki. Is his name Thomas? It's not, is it? I've made that up. Big chance that was for Norwich, and he was running through on goal, and it was a big chance. But David De Gea, I don't know who he, Timu Pukki, Thomas Pukki. I don't know if anyone knows in the chat. It was a ball in behind. What player was it that he got in behind against? Because that was just a lack of pace. I don't know whether it was Lingard or whether it was Tellez, whether it was Maguire. But Mark, can you get Harry Maguire in a Hell in a Cell next, says Sean. I have got the Harry Maguire character to do it as well. Alanga's just had an overhead kick, but it was straight at... I mean, I say overhead kick, it was more like a pass back. Still 0-0. I obviously haven't seen what happened there. It was Tellez out of position for that chance. But it was a great save by David De Gea. And it was in behind Tellez. Maguire wasn't even there. I think he'd gone forward on the attack. Maguire left his position, says MA. Great save by David De Gea, though. It was body. I've just seen a United goal, but it's on BBC. Lucky save. There's nothing lucky about a goalkeeper's save when they stretch their body like that, Hateem. That's the whole point. Your hands and your knob, they're all part of things that you can block things with. It doesn't matter what you do it with. As a goalkeeper, you're taught about... you're taught to make your body big. Sancho's just had a shot blocked as well. Lingard's looking good, says Kevin. It's going to be a high intensity game. That's what's going to happen. It's I'd be interested to know how we it's sort of like, it's like a 4-3-3 United are playing. So you got Pogba, and then you got Lingard and Bruno sort of either side of each other. What he says, I can feel a high-scoring game. I'll say this to you categorically: 3 goals or more in this one, to be fair. Just looking at the Liverpool team, they've gone very strong in their lineup, but Man City haven't. Man City have made a few changes. He's even put Stefan in goal, so Fernandinho starts as well. So I think Pep's looking at the cup in a different way. Is it depressing that I'd rather watch 2 teams I hate than own team I support in a match that doesn't matter, says Aram. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not going to miss the Man City-Liverpool game. I've got it on as well. Hi, Mark. You ever look in the mirror and realise what you've done for us fans? You've given us a platform to speak and share our opinions on our club, says Bradley. Thank you very much, Bradley. That's a nice chat. Welcome to the Members Club, Kevin Williams. Cross comes in. Tim Krul gets it. RG, you won't be typing anymore. Just in case you're wasting your time typing away. No one will ever see it again. So, just letting you know. It's going to be an open game. Yep. And Louis says, how are we playing? Well, it's been quite an open game. I mean, Norwich have played their part. Lingard started well. Reckon we should keep him. God, get shut up, D3. You'll get blocked next time. You'll get blocked for that. And Ronaldo scores for Manchester United. It's 1-0. So here he is. Here he is. Here she is. Here she is. Here she is. That's lovely. Man United 1-0 up. Alanga with the assist. Norwich messing around at the back. And Sue scores as well. I tell you what. And it had to happen in the first 10 minutes, didn't it? All those fans who were protesting outside and... they've missed a goal. They won't care, but you know, I feel bad for them because they're actually trying to do something good, and they've missed a goal in trying to do something good. Well, not even in trying to do something good. They are doing something good, but they've missed the goal here, and hopefully they'll see some more when they come inside. But it's 1-0 to Manchester United, and it's Ronaldo, and it's Sue. Elanga with the interception on the Norwich defender. Does well, presses him well, and slips the cross into Ronaldo, who scores a very easy goal. 1-0 to Manchester United. We need that. Early goals win prizes, and I think United, in games recently, we've really struggled to score early goals. And yeah, 1-0 to Manchester United. Nice start. Thank you very much. Get in there. Good start, says Osselin. Elanga is class, says Purple. Well, look, the thing about Elanga is that I think he's had some good moments and he's had some bad moments, but he's a young player. That's the thing about Elanga. So he's a young player, and you've got to be you've got to be patient with them. There will be peaks and troughs. What's your opinion on Ten Hag and United wanting to get Dybala? We're not getting Dybala, Paul. I'm glad you brought that up. I completely forgot. But Manchester United are not linked to Dybala. Don't believe these people that pop up from nowhere with sources. If you've got genuine sources, you'd have a genuine job with a genuine blue tick. And we have not spoken to Dybala. A boy standing in the garden says, "Mum, why is my Norwich top on the grass?" His mum looks out and shouts, "The thieving pracks have took my pegs," says Luke 82. Okay. Did you see Ronaldo inviting Elanga to sue, says Abhishek. And look, I'm happy. We've got Eric Ten Hag in charge, and we just need to win today. Paul Pogba there with some lovely little play as well. Norwich, fun fact, the ref, Andy Maddy, used to be a substitute teacher at my school, says Stiggy. There you go. It's not that fun, but it's a fact. But it's 1-0 to Manchester United. We need to get the win today. Obviously, remember that Arsenal are playing as well. And Lingard's just had a shot just go wide as well. He wants a corner. He's not going to get it. I will keep you up to date with everything else that's going on as well. Lovely play by Elanga in the build-up. Yep, a lot of people talking about that. Fantastic. Ronaldo celebrates in customary style and then makes a point of thanking Elanga for the goal. His high press won the ball back and gave him a tap-in. That's from Rich Fay tweeting that, who's from Manchester Evening News, just reading some of the reactions online there. But the most important thing is an early goal for United. I think Norwich will have a go. Of course they will. It's just bloody typical. Absolutely typical, isn't it? Man United score in the first 15 minutes. And good start, says Diego. I think the thing for me that's interesting as well is that you would never, ever, ever get away with playing a midfield three of Pogba, Bruno and Lingard on Tuesday night, for sure. That's just not going to happen. JL says it's Norwich. Why are you acting like you've won the Champions League? Yeah, literally nobody's acting like they've won the Champions League. We're going to win the league, says UK Paul. Okay, UK Paul's acting like we're going to win the league. Just put together a bloody likes IKEA shelf. Hope United can cheer me up. Do you think we'll go for Kamara and Tchouameni or just one of them? Well, we're not in for Kamara as well, Alvin. I mean, you can ask the questions and I know the answers. We're not speaking to Dybala and we're not speaking to Kamara. You might want to believe that, but we're not. I'm not convinced that we're in for Tchouameni at the moment, but hopefully that will happen. But Dybala and Kamara are players that United have refused to speak to up until, well, as of now, they're not talking to them. So whoever's saying that we are just doing it for, I don't know what reason they're doing it for. Man City against Liverpool kicks off at 3:30, so we will be able to sort of keep an eye on that while it's half time here. But Man United, after 12 minutes, they are leading 1-0 at the moment. In the other game that is worth keeping an eye on, Southampton and Arsenal is 0-0 at the moment. And I can get you some. They don't seem to have any stats on that for some reason. Okay, I was going to tell you what's going on there, but I can't tell you anything that's going on there. Good morning from California. Hope you and everyone in the chat are doing well, says Butterpants. Good morning to Butterpants. Hope you're doing well as well. I mean, look, we are playing bottom of the league here. If we can't put in a good performance, you would have major concerns, wouldn't you? I mean, Norwich literally are a championship side. LT says it's his birthday. Happy birthday. I'd love to see... I don't know who that is, so I'm not going to read it out. Yeah, it'd be nice to get the second goal, Rack. He says, let's not bottle it from this position. It'd be nice to get the second goal. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, you're very welcome. We're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 o'clock, and we've got matches for you and reactions. Of course, United are playing Liverpool on Tuesday at Anfield. That's going to be a very interesting game. I mean, Liverpool are just much better than us and need to win, don't they? But, yeah. Thanks for subscribing, Daniel. What's your favourite topping on a pizza, says Ultra? Well, I do like ham and pineapple. Ray says, if we don't win, they need whipping. Well, we don't condone violence, Ray, but... Alanga's been good. Well, he's got the assist. That's all that matters. Alright, just need to do something here. It is a very weird... Well, not weird. Weird's a word that I think gets can have negative connotations. But I do think that we have got an interesting situation with the defence. How we set up here today with the midfield, I think, is quite interesting. Because... You know, as I said, I don't think you could play any team. You certainly couldn't play it away, but Norwich is probably one of the few games you could play Pogba, Bruno and Lingard as a midfield three. It's got really... It would worry you against a team that's going to have a lot of the ball. You've got to have a lot of the ball if you're going to play with those three players because they're all attacking players. But one thing that you will get with Lingard and you will get with Bruno is they will run around a lot. And we do need a bit of that today. Bruno with a bad pass there. Just needs to play the simple pass, doesn't he? What did Bailly do so wrong that he's never given a chance, says Christopher. Yeah, well, it's a bit like, yeah, I just don't talk about Bailly anymore. Those days of saying he should start, I still think he should start, but you just know it's not going to happen. Bruno's just had a shot blocked. Welcome to the Members Club, USA Soccer Guy and Cap. If you are welcome to the Members Club, make sure you check out our exclusive videos. I've put a new one up today as well, and you can vote on the next one on the community tab if you're in the Members Club as well. No Norwich, no Goldbridge. What are you on about, Joseph? And is it true? No, it's not true, Philip. And Yeah, I want to try and be respectful to Norwich, but at the end of the day, they're not very good. That's why they're bottom of the league, and we are playing them at Old Trafford. So this is one of those games that most teams in the league will think that that we will win. It's like slip and slide out there, very slippy, says Oliver Glenn. Of course, there's no Fred and McTominay. Somebody just said it's nice not having McTominay in the team. I don't really care if it's 5-0, 4-0, whatever. I'll take 2-0. I predicted 2-0 as long as we win. PSV versus Ajax tomorrow. I'll keep an eye on it, but I'll be doing Palace against Chelsea at 4:30. So I will keep an eye on the Ajax game. I will be live at that time, yeah. So we've had 17 minutes now, so fans should be coming into the ground that weren't in the ground. So hopefully we'll score another one. Yeah, you can. They were actually just on about that. People coming into the ground late. Mark, you should call Ronaldo Sue, says Kazim. Philip Nash says all the 17-minute stuff is ridiculous. Everyone's got a right to do what they want to do, mate, as long as it's peaceful or you know, at the end of the day. Let them do what they think is right. As I said, I don't really know what the end game is because I've said it many times before. I just think, look at Chelsea. Chelsea have got 6 billionaires or consortiums wanting to buy that club. They can take their pick. United have got none, and we're protesting. Like, there's no point. If you want the Glazers out, you need an alternative. Find an alternative and then start protesting. But you know, if people are willing to miss games of football and stuff like that, it shows their willingness for change. We'll go out there and try and find a billionaire to buy the club, and then you'll get change. The right sort of billionaire, of course. Tellez is bang average, not very fast, says Sharath Kamath Fitness. Well, he's all we got at the moment. He's all we got at the moment, isn't he? We've got nobody else because Luke Shaw's probably going to be out till the season. Sancho's looking better today, yeah. Although Zero Blade says Sancho's been too greedy, needs to pass and move more. Thanks, Goldbridge, says Callum. Thanks for all the super chats, by the way. Appreciate it. Who are favourites for 4th place, says Rory. Well, at the moment, welcome to the Members Club, Wax Lyrical Man. I think at the moment the favourite for top 4 is Arsenal or Spurs. What I would say is if we can win today and Arsenal don't win today, and then we were to beat Arsenal next Saturday at the Emirates, then maybe we've got a chance. But we've just got to do what we're doing. Maguire moving a little quicker. I think somebody's worried about a new manager coming in. I don't think he's moving any quicker, Brian. I think he's just found his level. You know, he's playing against a championship side in a relegation battle. He's very good at that. When it comes to relegation battles, he's the GOAT. He always wins the relegation battles, doesn't he? And he got more relegations than anybody in our squad. P says the game's slowed down a lot now. And hi Mark, any score prediction for the City game, says Jenks. Well, I've got it on. It'll be kicking off in about 7 minutes. I actually would never normally say this, but I'd probably think as a United fan, we probably want Liverpool to win because Man City, I think, are favourites to win the league. If they if they beat Liverpool today, they're favourites to win the FA Cup, and then they'd only need the Champions League to win a treble. Whereas I think if Liverpool knock City out today, I don't think we'll see a treble. Unless, of course, Liverpool did it. The race for top 4 is pointless if West Ham win the Europa. No, it isn't, Tom. Explain to us, Tom, why it's pointless if West Ham win the Europa. Are you one of these people who have made it up in your head that if West Ham win the Europa League and get in the Champions League, that 4th place doesn't get the Champions League? Because you're wrong. The top 4 in England get Champions League football automatically. You don't take it off 4th place because someone wins the Champions League. The Champions League, winning the Europa League is a Champions League spot that you win for winning the Europa League. It's got nothing to do with taking it off 4th place. Sleep. No, not reading that, Milo. United have a corner. Krul punches it away. I don't think United are playing sensationally well. I think that we're playing a Norwich side that's not that good, and we're playing at home and we're winning. I know that sounds like a sort of assessment that Michael Owen would give, but we're not playing particularly well. Lingard is suiting that advanced player role today, says Gas Hardy. You think Rangers have a chance to win the Europa, says Kazim. And what do you make of Maguire so far today, Mark, says Adam. I don't want to talk about Maguire, Adam. Why do so many people talk about Maguire? It's like they've got pictures of him on the wall. What do I wear Maguire pyjamas? Like, he's having an okay game. I mean, I wouldn't talk about Harry Maguire if he wasn't shit. Like, I just find him a very run-of-the-mill centre-back. I don't spend my time thinking, oh, he's having a bad game. Oh, he's having a good game. I don't particularly think he's very good. I don't really spend that much time thinking of anything about him. I think he's doing okay, but I don't know why people get obsessed about him. He's never going to be Virgil van Dijk. Never. So if that's what your angle is, that you think, oh, he's having a good game, we're playing Norwich. Playing Norwich City at home. They're the worst team in the league. If he has an half-decent game, I wouldn't be surprised because, to be honest with you, they're shit. But I don't really spend my time thinking about it. Yeah, the players are coming out onto the pitch. Man City against Liverpool. As Rayo says, it's Norwich at home. They are bottom of the league. They've only scored 8 goals away from home this season. We should win this game to 0. It's just a matter of how many we get. And I don't think from this first 25 minutes, these players have really bounced back that well. I mean, Elanga did really well and Ronaldo scored a tap-in. But apart from that, Ardley, I mean, the best chance of the game fell to them. De Gea's made the best save of the game. When it comes to relegation battle, he's the GOAT, Mark. Be cracking my ribs since 1522. Gosh, says Christopher Day. And last few years, the battle for 4th place turns into a race not to get it, says Frank. Mark, mate, sorry to break it to you, but 4th won't matter if West Ham win. Tom, sorry to break it to you, but you've exposed yourself twice. Sorry to break it to you, Tom, but 4th place gets into the Champions League regardless if West Ham wins it. Kane or Osimhen or Firmino, says Cap. The Goldbridge versus Dyche WD match was funny. Do more, says Taff. I could do one a day. I'm not going to. So Ronaldo's goal leads the way between Manchester United and Norwich. We've got Man City against Liverpool on as well. They're about to start this game. Man City's team is a bit weakened, actually. Stefan, Cancelo, Stones, Aki, Zinchenko, Fernandinho, Bernardo Silva, Jesus, Grealish, Foden. And I think they've put Sterling as the false 9. I hope Ten Hag picks a new captain. It's so overdue, says B. Yakov. Here, one of you, Mark. We know Lingard is more suited to a team like West Ham, Everton. He could be a really good player for a club like that, but he is better than what we would normally play with. The moral has been so low, says Gaz Hardy. And it's on the official Premier League website, Mark, says Tom. Tom, I couldn't give a shit if it's on your arse. I couldn't give a toss. You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. And you're wasting super chats and you're wasting time, and you're wasting my time, you're absolutely wrong. If West Ham win the Europa League, they do not take fourth place's place. You win the Europa League, you are rewarded with a Champions League spot. You can't take somebody's fourth place spot because you win something. It is what it is. Some lovely play by Lindelof there to get United up on the attack, but nothing's come of it. Who do you think would be a better captain, says Raul? Ronaldo on that pitch. To be honest, I'd rather have Captain Birdseye in charge than Maguire. Tom's in the mud. He's more in the mud than Peppa Pig. Only time fourth wouldn't get Champions League is if both winners of the Champions League and Europa League finish outside of the top four, says Glenn Chaplin. So what happens if West Ham win it and finish fourth, says the Honest Tiger? Fifth place doesn't get it. It'll probably get given to France or something. What player do you want us to buy the most next year, says Adam Greaves? Well, I've just done a video on it on the members section. Tchouameni. Yeah. So we've had nearly half an hour in the United game. They're just starting off in Man City versus Liverpool. And Michael Oliver's the referee in that one. Wrestling match with Pep and Klopp so they can get fired, says Decode. And the RPG Gamer says, I don't know why people... Oh, hold on a minute. Alanga, nice ball in. Good block from Sancho. I don't know why people are spending time thinking about these players. For me, they've already shown what they're about this season. Some could redeem themselves, but most need to be cleared out. Yeah. You don't redeem yourself by playing well in the sun at Old Trafford against the shittest team in the league. If Ronnie leaves, who would you like for captain? Says Christopher. And wrestling, that I've done that one as well. The reality is it's slim pickings on the captain. Reese, the singing postman, thank you very much for becoming a member. It is slim pickings with the captain. I must admit, it is. I'm just going to put the league table up on the screen so you can see how it looks at the moment. That's not the live league table. You can add 3 points onto United's score at the moment. Liverpool and Man City have kicked off. Obviously 0-0 with a minute to go in that one. It's not quite the Liverpool of Man City of last week. Man City have weakened their team a bit. Good save from Krul for Norwich. Lingard nearly scored. But probably should have scored, really. It's lovely play by Delo to cut it back. And to be honest with you, I think Lingard should have let it go for Ronaldo. Gunners, Toffee's doing everything they can to get us top four. Surely these players want this besides the future, says Channel E. If Ronnie leave, okay. And welcome to... I've done that. Okay. Thank you very much for the super chats, everybody. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, to do that. And it's 2-0 to Manchester United. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. He's going to do it. Shoo! Into the house. And it's Tellez with the assist if you're interested. That should be the game. Ronaldo delivering again. And Manchester United not really getting out of third gear here, but not really needing to get out of third gear here. It's a comfortable evening. It's a lovely header by Cristiano Ronaldo. It's not an evening, it's an afternoon. It's a lovely header by Cristiano Ronaldo. And can we play Norwich every week? The only team that we can actually beat when we play in third gear. Tellez put the corner in. And Ronaldo leaping like a salmon, neck muscles like a giraffe, and just flicked it in with his head. And United 2-0 up against Norwich. And that should be the 3 points, to be fair. Which is what the main thing is. Lovely header by Ronaldo as well. It'd be nice to see him getting a hat-trick. And nice to see the hoodie getting a bit of bloody use as well. And Sue, she's fed up of getting them up in the morning, doing her makeup, doing her hair, putting a nice dress on and then doesn't get used. Well, she is now. Hat-trick incoming, says Jay. I hope so. And Man City just had a big chance there in the other game. But Ronaldo with 2 goals, 30 minutes gone. And Norwich not really done anything, as I say. The only team in the league to be in single figures for goals scored away from home this season. They've only scored 8 goals away from home. And you can sort of see why. Ranić's tactics have paid off, really. He's obviously just gone with a very, attacking midfield and said, look, I don't think Norwich will cause us enough problems, and they won't. And they haven't, sorry. Not saying that they won't, but they haven't. And I think as well, look, I don't want to bring a negative into this, but if you are a United player, this is the sort of game where you can put some effort in, look really good, because the opposition are crap. The great thing for us as fans is if there is going to be any improvement, let's see if there's any improvements on Tuesday night at Anfield, because that's where the real improvement needs to come. Referee's given a free kick against Ronaldo here, which I don't actually think was a free kick, but it has been given, so we can't moan about it. It's been given, and it is a reasonable position. To be honest, I'd captain De Gea until someone steps up, says B. Yakov. I'm just not a massive fan of goalkeepers being the captain, Say what you want, but I'm not. Get Matic on second half, says Richard. I tell you who will desperately want to be coming on in the second half. Marcus Rashford in a game like this. So yeah, look at the league table on the left at the moment. This is not as it stands. This is how it is. So a win for us would take us up to 54 points. But more importantly, I do think goal difference would be nice to start panging a few goals in. Our goal difference isn't great. So it would be nice if that started to increase a little bit today. I have got the Liverpool-Man City game on as well. Hopefully we're just going to be in a position here. Gone more brave today. We should try and do it more often, says Theatre of Games. I think, well, it's a 3v2 for Norwich here. They've got a 3v2. And they've messed it up completely. Lindelof intercepts. This has to be 4 or 5-0, says Steve Locke. And Abdul says, we need to stat pad because we're going to get smashed on Tuesday. Ruben says, what a way to spend my weekend at work. Let's get the win, says Ruben. I don't think Bruno's had a very good game. I would say that. I think Bruno's been very wasteful on the ball again. Just looking at a tweet. Goldbridge is going to milk that sweeping from De Gea for a good 2 weeks now. I mean, he's our player of the year. It's not like he's not been doing it 2 or 3 times a game all season. He's our player of the year. But, you know what? Norwich is playing like a college team, says Ishan. Can Ten Hag make it work with Ronaldo, says Theatre of Games. I was just about to say that, and I'm just about to tweet it as well. I mean, it's a simple rule, and it goes like this. Create chances and Ronaldo will score. I've just tweeted that if you want to retweet it yourself. At Mark Goldbridge is the tweet place. But you know what? I actually feel like there's a smile on my face. I've got lasagna for tea. And United are 2-0 up. We're going to get 3 points. Like, I can't tell you how low the standards have dropped this season with this team that I'm actually happy that we're beating Norwich 2-0 at home and I've got a smile on my face because we're going to win a game. Maguire's playing as the right centre-back. Yeah, well, obviously, that's a good point. And I think that's something that that Ralph Rangnick mentioned a couple of weeks ago, isn't it? 20 goals from 34 starts for Ronaldo, says Ian Nichols. It is a simple rule. If you create chances, he'll score goals. I know these chances have been relatively easy, but I've not been impressed with Bruno. Can I actually be honest? I've not been that impressed with Bruno in this game. I think Alanga's played well. Lingard's brought a bit of energy, which you need. Ronaldo's just tried an overhead kick. It would have been a great goal if he'd scored it. We could have Tchouameni and Timber for the same price we paid for Maguire, says Paul Conley. Liverpool are winning 1-0. Liverpool lead 1-0. Kanate again. Liverpool 1-0 up. It's Kanate with the goal. I will keep you up to date with all the other things that are going on, but Liverpool are winning. Kanate scored midweek against Benfica, and it's a similar sort of goal. The cross comes in. Power header. Liverpool are very good at this. I wish we were good at it. They're such a threat from corners. It's a lovely header. Nothing Man City can do. Mark, I think the game is a great opportunity for the youngsters on the bench to get a debut, says Corey. If we can get another goal, Corey, you've just made the comment of the day. We desperately need another goal so we can get some of these young lads on. Saying we'd be bottom half of the table without De Gea this year isn't an exaggeration, says B. Yakov. And Jazz says, Sancho's passing is one of the worst in the Premier League for a winger, says Jazz. And hi, Mark, what if these players are trying to bottle top four to get rid of Ronaldo, says Rack. Well, I don't think they're trying to do that. I just think they're shit. Here's Bruno with a chance, lays it off. Lingard, I think, fell over his own feet. Lindelof man marking Pookie, says Frederick. Oh yeah, Maguire's always got to be the spare man. And Mark, do you see Ten Hag looking at games like this and thinking about keeping players we as fans are not United players and maybe keep them? I would hate to see it, says Gaz Hardy. Depends which players you're talking about, Gaz. And I'm glad Ralph moved Maguire to right centre-back. Maybe he can start asking the opposing strikers to take it easy on him too if he doesn't work. Come on United, says Sean O'Rourke. Poor Bayaki for the goal. I thought he was meant to be amazing, says Aram. Obviously, we need a rebuild in the summer, but we can't sign 20 players. The academy must play a big part in the rebuild, especially Garner, says the Football Rundown. So what are you thinking about the game, everybody? It's still 0-0 between Southampton and Arsenal, by the way. I don't know whether that's a game worth keeping an eye on for ourselves. Arsenal have had 69% of the possession. I fancy Arsenal to win that one today. But all we can do is do what we're doing here and get the win. Liverpool leading 1-0 against Man City. I to be honest, I choose to focus on the short term with United because it's really just about how high we can finish in the league now to help out Ten Hag next season. I mean, I see no value in getting excited about Jesse Lingard or Paul Pogba because they're going to leave. If they can help us get some points, then great, but they're going to leave, aren't they? And yeah. Anakin says Pogba seems good. I mean, I don't think there's any player that's played badly today, but I mean, I'm sure a lot of you watched the game with me against Everton last week, and some of these players were shite. We're playing Norwich. At some point, you've got to screw your head on and go, like, these players that we've got are on 200-300 grand a week. Surely they're going to play well against Norwich. Surely that's what they're going to do. Lindelof's had a very good game as well, you know. Lindelof's been superb. I think Lindelof deserves some credit. He's made 2 or 3 big interceptions now. But you do have to qualify with the fact that we are playing Norwich. I think that's very important to remember. We're playing Norwich. Pogba having a great game as a CDM, says Matteo Red Devil. But as I said, what do you want me to do with what do you want me to do? What Matteo? What do you want people to do with that statement? Is it an observation that he's having a good game like Lindelof, or are you actually trying to say let's keep him, give him 500 grand a week and play him as a CDM? I don't really understand what your comment is about. Like, we're playing Norwich and Paul Pogba's playing as a CDM. Are we to now give him a new contract? Would you give him a new contract? Or are you just saying he's just having a good game? I will miss what Pogba's capable of. I won't miss what he actually does on the pitch, says Butterpants. And I think if Liverpool probably need the FA Cup more than City, just in case City win the league, says Chaos Jokers. Arsenal are losing to Southampton as well. Maguire is always out of position, says Kashina. Southampton lead at Arsenal. Southampton aren't playing at Arsenal. Arsenal losing at Southampton, according to the chat. We don't know whether we've got any VAR there. It's true, Mark, says YouTube commentator. Lindelof unhappy with his defensive partner, says Humphrey. Aren't we all? Welcome to our world, Victor. If Ten Hag could do it... Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I think there might be a Norwich goal. There is a Norwich goal. There is a Norwich goal. Where's the left back? Where's the fucking left back? That's all, you know. Lindelof's moaning, but just it's never straightforward with Manchester United, is it? Never straightforward. We are going to concede chances because this midfield that everyone loves has got no defence in it at all. But back four's just shite. It just gets pulled out of position all over the place. Maguire loses Pookie, doesn't he? Simple as that. 2-1. And suddenly that happy feeling of maybe getting 3 points disappears. What have I taken from today's game is certain players have looked good and that if followed up by they have only played good. That is not the standard, says Gaz Hardy. And Lindelof is my man of the match. I think he is the smartest defender we have. Pity he is weak and slow, says Bjorn. And if Ten Hag could do with Sebastian Haller, then he can definitely do it with Ronaldo, says George. Well, I think all this positivity is starting to disappear because Man United are now 2-1. Liverpool are 2-0 up. Mane's just scored for Liverpool as well. So they're 2-0 up after 17 minutes here. Man City looking like they're heading out of the tournament. But Manchester United. Manchester United. Southampton are winning, but Man United are 2-1 here. Clearly, Ralph never had the word with Pookie, says Sean O'Rourke. We need to go and score again. Look, the team defensively ain't that great. don't know what the keeper's doing for Man City there. He takes an extra touch and Mane just slides in on him. Just ridiculous goalkeeping from Man City there. 2-0 to Liverpool. Defence is shit for Manchester United, basically. We're playing... Can I just remind people as well that we're playing against the worst... Maguire has the positional sense of a coma patient, says B. Yakov. We are playing against the team that's only scored 8 goals away from home all season, and they've already got 1 against Manchester United, and it's not even half time, and they're on the attack again at the moment. Our defence is just a shambles. Absolute shambles. They couldn't mark a piece of paper with shitty hands. They are absolutely a joke. Defensively, I mean, I think is that half time? It is half time. Half time, and Manchester United do lead 2-1. But defensively, we've let ourselves down there. I don't think we're playing brilliantly, but we are. We've let them back into the game because of defensive issues. I mean, I'm not joking. He couldn't lead a pack of pants to a corpse. Pack of pants to a corpse? Why would a corpse want a pack of pants? He couldn't lead a pack of ants to roadkill. Like, he is a joke as a captain, and he just he thinks. The problem with Maguire is he thinks he's bloody Lothar Matthäus or Bobby Moore. He thinks he's a sweeper. When he looks in the mirror, you know that film Shallow Hal, when she looks in the mirror and she's like, not this thing that Shallow Hal actually is. I mean, Shallow Hal in real life is this. It's Gwyneth Paltrow, and she's massive. But when she looks in the mirror, she's like a supermodel. It's a bad film. It's objectifying women, which I hate. But Harry Maguire, when he looks in the mirror, he doesn't see this 6'3", slow, massive, physical centre back. He sees Bobby Moore or Lothar Matthäus or Prime Maldini. He wants to be the spare man all the time. He doesn't want to mark anybody, and he thinks he's got the passing range of a sat-nav, and he hasn't. You are an old-fashioned centre-back that would have done really well in the 70s. You're physical, you're tall, you should be marking the centre-forward, and he doesn't. He tries to play like the spare man. He's slower than a broken-down tractor. Here's one for you, Mark. Most mistakes made by a Premier League player this season in the league over Maguire, says Gaz. And to be fair to Maguire, that wasn't his fault. Pogba was lazy and didn't track back. How, Butterpants? Explain this to me then. Why would Paul Pogba be tracking Pookie? Pookie's a centre forwards. One of the centre backs has got to be tracking Pookie there. How can players on 200k a week get pulled out of position? Paul from Tellez, says Marcus. Well, look, I agree. Let's not keep all of it on Paul Pogba because... let's not put all the blame onto Harry Maguire because ultimately... Norwich had a very good chance at 0-0, and that was because, well, Maguire was out of position, but Tellez lost his man. I don't think Tellez is that great defensively. I don't think he's that great at all, but we've got nobody else who can play there. The difference with Maguire is that you could play Phil Jones, you could play Eric Bailly, and that's been the case all season. Maguire's been shit all season, and still he plays every week. With Tellez, he ain't that great, but we ain't got any other option. I've always noticed that Maguire tends to point to another player while he's losing his man during the attack. And in my opinion, Maguire can't play on the right if the tactics require Delo to push up front, says Zaki. I feel like whenever we concede, we feel sorry for ourselves and give up. Wouldn't be shocked if we do concede another, says Lucas. We got to win this game. Got to win this game. Mark, Man United defence is school football stuff on a Sunday. Pathetic, says Chaos Jokers. What worries me the most is that we've gone with a selection today that's just very attacking. Lingard, Pogba, and Bruno as a midfield three is not a midfield three I ever thought we would see, and to see it, we've got to score more goals than 2. We've got to go and score 3 or 4 goals. If we score 3 or 4 goals in this game, we will win it. But Norwich will just be galvanised now, scoring just before half time. They will be galvanised and they'll fancy their chances. So we're going to have to address some of these issues in the second half. But it's the same old issues. Not picking up the runners, lazy in the defence. Maguire being dragged out of position again. Question is, why is he starting? Eric Bay and Phil Jones must be thinking, what have they done to start? Says Abhishek. Thank you very much for that. Arsenal are losing to Southampton at the moment. So, look, I'm not saying that we've got a chance at top 4. I think that's ridiculously naive. But we've got to win this game today. We have to. Liverpool are 2-0 up against Man City. I've got it on here. They're 22 minutes in. The back four never looks bothered when Norwich have the ball around our box. They just look at one another waiting for someone to step up, says Thomas Hamidi. And I said this as well. Like, people were saying Pogba's having a good game as a holding midfielder. Lindelof's having a good game. We're playing Norwich. We're playing Norwich. They're the worst team in the Premier League. And they're giving us a game. It's 2-1 at half time. And people want to start going on about, oh, Lindelof this and Pogba that. I'm like, they're playing well against the worst team in the league. They're on hundreds of thousands of pounds a week. We should be expecting more than playing well against Norwich. All of them should be playing well against Norwich. Lindelof seems like a bit of a leader on the pitch. Definitely more of a leader than Maguire, says Sir Winky. And you think we will see Hannibal make an appearance, says Kyle. Well, the problem now is that I think if we'd scored the third goal and we're 3-0 up with half an hour to go, you can probably get Hannibal on or Garnacho. But 2-1 with half an hour to go, he's not going to go and bring a young player on, is he? He's going to have to bring a more experienced player on to maybe close the game down. But what's very obvious for United is that attack is the best form of defence. Which brings me on to somebody else who deserves a bit of criticism, Bruno Fernandes. Look, Bruno's one of my favourite players, but apparently I don't like Bruno. It's not that I don't like Bruno. I'm being honest about Bruno. His distribution is shocking. He's always trying to play this Hollywood pass, and we lose possession because of it. This team just keeps moving the goalposts further back. Can't even feel comfortable when we're 2-0 up against bottom of the league. This is the RPG gamer. Anmar says, as much as I hate when people running to the ref after a foul, I want to see our players do it for once. We look lazy, tired, and have got no passion. Thank you for everybody who's done their super chats there. The problem is Maguire isn't playing well, Mark, says Kushina. Yeah, thanks for all your super chats. Please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with the United Stands. Well, we are live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 a.m. We have got player ratings for you to vote for in the second half through the website, which I'll let you know when that goes up. And obviously we've got the fan forum and match reaction and vlogs, etc. for you after the game. If you want to become a member of the channel, we've pinned it at the top of the chat, or you can just click the join button. You get a little badge next to your name. We also have got exclusive content for members as well. This is in addition to the loads of content you get for free on the channel. A new video's gone up today for the members, which compares Tchouaméni to McTominay, Rice, Neves and Phillips. Some really interesting stuff in there that might surprise you about Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips ain't all that when you analyse his game in different areas like aerial ability, passing, defensive actions, tackle success. Very well worthwhile if you're a member. Check it out. And thank you very much for supporting the channel. There's also Timber against Maguire in there. George, welcome to the Members Club, talking about that. Mark, Ricky was saying this about Bruno like a year ago. You always end up agreeing with him eventually. But Ricky was wrong a year ago, Twiz. He was wrong a year ago. Like, Bruno over the last year has declined massively. Just because somebody said something a year ago doesn't mean it was right a year ago. It would be right now, but Bruno's game has degraded massively. Lindelof lost his man, blamed on Maguire, absolutely pathetic and typical. Maguire's passing, heading, tackling has been superb. Proper United captain, says Martin. What are you on about? Martin with basically saying a load of words when he could have just said, I'm going to talk shit. Ashley, thank you very much for joining the Members Club. And also flying from Ireland to Manchester next week to see Old Trafford. Hopefully I can get a whiff of Ronaldo's farts. Says MMA Takedown. We're not playing at Old Trafford next week. We'll be playing Arsenal, who are also losing. What did I say? What did I say? The person who gets top 4 is... It's a battle of who's... It's a battle of who's the shittest, really, isn't it? Who's the least shit? So, I don't think Lindelof was at fault for the goal. I'd have to watch it again later tonight, but I don't think Lindelof was at fault for the goal. Pukki's pulled to the left-hand side, which makes him Maguire's man. Lindelof cannot follow Pukki from left centre-back to right-back. That would be ridiculous. It would leave a massive hole. You cannot play football. I don't know whether anybody's ever coached or played football, but you cannot have a back four. If I go here, no, let's go here. Can I be on the screen as well, please? Can we get me on the screen here? So, hello, can I be on here as well? Yeah, okay. So, effectively, you've got this situation, yeah? The goal for Norwich and why it's Maguire's fault, yeah? So, ignore everybody else's position. Okay, and can we get a... Yeah, we'll use you. No, not you. So, what happens is, you've got Pukki here being marked by Lindelof, yeah? If Pukki moves here, is Lindelof going to come across here? No. We've got uniformity in what we're trying to do. Left back plays at left back, right play, you know, if Tellez is marking their right winger and the right winger comes here, does Tellez come and stand next to Delo? No, you swap them over. So on the goal, what Pukki's done, he's moved away from Lindelof and he's attached himself to Maguire. Maguire, for some reason, has lost Pukki. Pukki puts the cross in and they score on the back post. It's not Lindelof's fault. Lindelof can't come across here as well. And that's what's basically happened on the goal. Lindelof has given up the responsibility for marking Pukki to Maguire, who's then gone and lost him. I don't think Rick was wrong, Mark. I think, like Rashford, when Bruno output Dries, he doesn't look a great player. Bruno's not playing well at the moment. I'm not going to defend that. The last few seasons have seen us become a team that rewards reactionary clean up of other mess, no focus on progressive play, says Humphrey. But Mark, Ricky wasn't wrong. A year ago he was just scoring and assisting more. The way he plays the game hasn't changed much besides petulance, says Twiz. And Mark, we've seen vulnerable to back post crosses ever since Maguire got here. He pulls out wide and all have to shuffle over, leaving the spare man. We've never adjusted to this, says Sean Finity. We do concede a lot of goals on the back post. I would completely agree with you on that. But, you know, one of the things we've not discussed at half-time that I really wish we had discussed a little bit more. We are family. No, we're not family. We are not playing that well, considering we are at home to the bottom of the league. Like, we're not playing that well. I know we're not losing, but we're not playing particularly well again. We're doing okay. Some players are doing okay. Lingard's running around a bit. Great. We're champion. McTominay and Fred would be brilliant in a game like this because they run around a bit. Where's the quality? Where is the quality in this game? The first goal comes from a Norwich mistake. The second goal comes from a corner. Where are the open play chances being created? Where's the tempo from the midfield? Where's the 4 or 5, or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 passing movements to probe? I don't think we're playing particularly well. I think Sancho's looked lively. Elanga's looked lively. Lingard's brought some energy. Ronaldo looks clinical. I don't think Bruno's playing particularly well. I don't think Pogba's massively enjoying playing as a CDM. And apart from, Delo had a big part to... Delo's had quite a decent game. But Tellez, Maguire, I don't think have played particularly well. And Lindelof's played well. I'd be happy if you drew up Maguire's stats in all our losses. He's the reason we draw or lose games, either directly or indirectly. Well, remember he's the captain as well, Christopher. I think people forget that. See, I don't blame you for forgetting that. But he is the captain of the team. And... I expect a little bit more, to be honest. But as V says, it's Norwich. It's Norwich. That's who we're playing. Maguire plays higher up the pitch due to his passing. It was Delo who lost Pukki. Lindelof and Tellez couldn't mark one player back post. Martin, why would Delo lose Pukki? Why would Delo be Pukki's why would Delo as a right back have responsibility for a striker? And can you answer me this then, Martin? Even if it was Delo's man, what's Maguire actually doing then? Is he trying to find his family in the crowd? Like, why is he out of position and somebody's getting in behind him? Because somebody gets in behind him. Mark, you should do a Royal Rumble against the United squad, says Lucas. And Maguire is the worst by whatever, worse than Fellaini and Sanchez. How can people defend Maguire, says Shantanu. because I think it's because people have had enough of him getting the blame. He's got the sympathy vote with some fans, but the reality is the captain of the club and he's a bloody joke. And he should do better. I'm not saying Delo and Tellez have done well. I don't think that they have, but I think we should be expecting a little bit better, in all honesty. But the players will be coming out very, very soon for the second half. Liverpool beating Norwich. Not Liverpool. Liverpool beating Man City 2-0 as well, by the way. I think this is a good result. And I know it's not nice, but I think it is a good result because I think it gives us the opportunity to not see the treble be beaten. Because if Man City can win the league, then they can't win the FA Cups, they can't win the treble, and if they win the league, neither can Liverpool win the treble. So that's how I'm thinking about it. I know it's messed up thinking, but it might come true. In my mind, it makes a little bit of sense. Arsenal are losing to Southampton, yes. Thomas Scott says Delo was at fault for the goal. Anybody else want to give a different angle on who was responsible for the goal? I must admit I need to see it again, and I won't be seeing it again for a while. But the fact that it's Pukki that gets lost, I can't see how it's Delo's fault to lose Pukki. Really, I don't see how it's Pogba's fault either, Gregory, to track Pukki either. So. But it's all about opinion. It's all about opinion. You know that. Man City getting a bit frustrated here. 2-0 down. But on a bit of a hiding to nothing, to be fair, City today, because they've put a weakened team out against a strong Liverpool side. So it was always going to be difficult for them. Anyway, second half has started for Manchester United here. God, we need to get 3 points. That's not being religious. Daniel says no player was to blame. God, wouldn't you love you'd love to be coached by Daniel, wouldn't you? Doesn't matter, lads. Chris says bets on for a Ronaldo hat-trick. Please do subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Who for fourth? Man United, Arsenal, Spurs, and who to win the Europa Conference, says Tim. I can't see us getting fourth place because we've still got to play Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Brighton, Palace. And all of those games are away from home, apart from the Chelsea one. Bew says it was his mum's fault that we conceded. Delo bottled tackle. Alanga didn't track, but Maguire gets pulled out, then causes Lindelof and Telles to move across, and they're outnumbered, says Sam. Ten minutes to go till half time in the Man City Liverpool game. And Arsenal are still losing to Southampton, but it has only just kicked off there. Please do subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Remember, we've got, even though United are out of everything, we're out of the Champions League, we're out of all the cups, we have got a midweek game this week. We've got a midweek game this week. We haven't got a full week off, so we have got a midweek game. It's a novelty. Man United are playing a midweek. Did I tell you we've got a midweek game? We're playing on Tuesday and Saturday. Can't believe it. All these games. So we've got Liverpool at Anfield on Tuesday. That's the bad news, but looking forward to that. We will get beat. I'm not looking forward to getting beat, but you know, sometimes you can produce a shock. Swoo 3 incoming, says Tom McBride. I think against Liverpool, it's about... Alfred, welcome to the Members Club. Against Liverpool, it's about trying to keep it 0-0 for as long as possible on Tuesday. And if we could just try and get a point and do something, it would be great. And then Arsenal on the Saturday, you hope that we can put a performance in and get something out of it. I'm not sure we're good enough to do that, but it's why beating Norwich is so important. Garnacho is on the bench, yes. I don't think he'll come on, Ray, but he is on the bench. Goldbridge is the United stand. Keep up the great work, says Raza. Thanks very much for your super chat, Raza. Delo could have been in there, but Lingard played a bad pass. Sancho's got it out on the left. I mean, Arsenal aren't in good form at the moment. I agree with BA because, you know, they know that Spurs have just lost as well. Spurs lose, you're kicking off, and you're playing Southampton, who, shipped 6 goals last week? Arsenal just seem to have gone into bottle mode. I ain't talking about United getting top 4. We're 2-1 against Norwich. If they score the next goal, our heads are going to drop. Anyway, United got a corner here. Cleared away. Lingard just had a shot saved by Krul. Yeah, well, the fact that Norwich scored just before half-time means that they'll have a go at this, won't they, if we're not careful. I think what they'll try and do is just stay in the game for as long as possible, and then they'll attack us. Mr. Clean says Sancho's playing bad. I've seen the same thing said about Lingard. I think Sancho and Lingard have been hungry, which is a step forward from last week. Have they played well? I don't think they've played badly. I mean, I wouldn't say they've played well because we're only 2-1 up against Norwich at home, but John, I like your confidence. He says we're going to win this game, no worries. I think that's what worries me the most, Captain Monopoly. Says we've got to battle for our lives against... oh my God, Bruno's just made a right mistake, but I think he might win it back. We've got to battle for our lives at Anfield, and that's something we're not very good at. Bruno looks out of touch. I've just done a tweet about Bruno. I think his form shocking again. Better by Sancho. He tries to feed Ronaldo, but Krul's got it. Lovely ball into Salah here for Liverpool. Two-two. 2-2. You wouldn't fucking believe it, would you? I tell you what, you wouldn't believe it. That defence is about as useful as a red light on Grand Theft Auto. Fucking useless. Absolute joke. They've scored 8 goals away all season. 8 goals away all season. They've scored 25% of their goals at Old Trafford. Just ridiculous. And it's down the left-hand side again. They might get a VAR. We might get a VAR. We might get a VAR. I think he's off. I think he's offside. Jammy. Jammy. Get the Bob Marley on because we're jamming. don't know whether it's offside or onside at the moment. No, it's given. Well, that's not nothing to do with Maguire. That's got nothing to do with Maguire. That's Lindelof and Telles. We'd be better off going down the local circus and saying, put your boots on, get your makeup on, put your silly wig on, and come and play centre-back for Manchester United, because we are a joke. 2-2 with fucking Norwich. Why is Maguire always the spare man as well? It's a lack of responsibility. Why is Maguire the spare man? Get Eric Bailly on for a bit of recovery pace. Just makes no bloody sense. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It makes no sense. I mean, you're 2-0 up against Norwich. 2-0 up against Norwich and you're 2-2. I haven't even changed the bloody score. I'm not joking. Norwich have scored 10 goals away from home, right? Including the 2 today. So 20% of their goals have come at Old Trafford. Unfucking believable. Liverpool are 3-0 up as well against Man City. How do you squander a 2-0 lead, eh? Worst United side in years, says Ray Carl Brown Amori. Nowadays, a United game is predictable. Norwich are on the attack again. Good save by De Gea. It should have been 3. Fantastic save by De Gea. Nowadays, a United game is as predictable as a coin toss, says Callum. And George, thank you very much for the super chat there. Defence is a bloody joke. You know what, though? They're running at us because we've got no midfield. He's got to change it. He's got to get a midfielder on. There's no midfield. I've had enough, Mark. They all need to go. I dread to think what Liverpool and Arsenal and Palace do to us, says Jack. Fantastic save by De Gea, by the way. Otherwise, it would have been 3-2. Look, Bruno's fucking invisible. Pogba doesn't want to play as a CDM. Lingard's hardly played all season. You got a kid on the right wing. That's just. It's not a surprise that we're not very good. Nothing on the bench. Feeling ill again now. See, I was all right. I've had a relapse. What an absolutely disgraceful bunch of players except Ronaldo and De Gea. Sell the lot of them, says Steve. If Puggy doesn't slip, he would have smoked Maguire and probably got his second, says Eric. Happy Groundhog Day, Mark, says high five. Once Norwich scores, I knew we're fucked, says Francis. Half-time, Man City against Liverpool. It's 3-0 to Liverpool. So Man City are definitely looking like they're going to lose that game. You squander it because when Pookie starts ruining the channel outside the centre-backs, we can't make a simple defensive adjustment. Who coaches this defence? Is Sean Finity. Well, I'm just going to put a tweet out here and then I'm going to read it out to you about what I'm going to say. I've just said it on Twitter. Who allows an £80 million physical centre-back who is good in the air to reinvent himself as a spare man defender who doesn't mark the forward? It's laughable. And I've been on about this for fucking ages and it really pisses me off. We're accommodating a player that CV consists of relegations and it cost us £80 million as a physical centre-back who now plays in the team and thinks he's fucking Luther Matthäus. Like, he's always the fucking spare man. He's got no pace. Look at him again. He's not the spare... He's the spare man again. He marks fucking no one. I'm fed up of him. You can all have a go at Lindelof, and Lindelof ain't that good, but Maguire doesn't mark anybody. You spend 10 minutes watching Maguire on Tuesday night, today... Any other game you want to watch, you watch Maguire, he's always the spare man. He's always hiding away from responsibility. These players except Ronaldo are crap. Mark bloody hell from 2-0. Says Muttersim. And do we even have a midfield? All the midfielders are walking instead of running back, says Ken. And no rule protects Premier League clubs from rich rival owners. Could Glazers be Liverpool fans deliberately destroying the club while enriching ourselves, says George. Oh, I doubt that, George. Come on. Ricky's going to have a field day analysing this one, says Adam. This is typical United. Spurs get a beat. Arsenal dropping points, hopefully. And yet again, we screw this up. Nothing on the bench to get excited about, says Marcus Wynn. These players, except Ronaldo, are... I don't know what that's... I don't know what you're on about. Sometimes some of the comments will be nonsensical, I suppose. Yeah, it's ridiculous, really. Much love from Kenya, says George, and yeah, it's hard to fathom at times. Van Dijk does the same, Mark. He's always spare, says Abai. Mate, fuck off. I'm sorry. Like, do not talk to me about Liverpool and Manchester United and Harry Maguire. What planet are you on? What planet are you on? If you wear a pair of sunglasses and Brad Pitt wears them, do you think you're Brad Pitt? So you're Brad Pitt. That don't impress me much. What are you bloody on about? Maguire's injured Pogba as well now, by the way. Pogba's alright. Maguire just kicked Pogba in the head, says Humphrey. Matic is going to come on. This needs to happen. This needs to happen. We've lost the midfield battle. I think it's safe to say. Look at the way Pogba just slammed the floor with his fists and gave daggers to Maguire. The players hate him. The fans hate him. Why is Maguire starting, says Aram. Please do subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. We've still got half an hour to go here. Getting done in by Pookie, who looks like the MVP of an over 40 leagues, is Stuart Walker. It will be interesting to see what happens to Maguire after United. Shameful career thus far. To think we could have got Koulibaly, says Pooh. Yeah, it's laughable. Absolutely laughable. We've got no midfield. I've got to highlight the fact that we've got no midfield. Not created enough. Lingard's off for Matic. I mean, you've got to question. I've got to talk about this as well in the aftermatch. You've got to question the selection of Jesse Lingard. He's not been playing for the club for ages, and he's not happy that he's been took off. Scooby Doo, says Mark Goldie. You need to question that, don't you? Really, you do need to question what's going on. Really. I'd have took Bruno off. Mark, that replay of Pogba injury is worth a watch, says IQ. Do you think Norwich will have a chance staying up, says Berlin? Well, they're going to go for this, aren't they? They're going to go for it. It's made me feel ill. I thought, you know what? I actually thought I was feeling better. I've had a bit of a cold and a cough all week, and this game has got me going, and now I can feel it on my chest. It's hurting. Maybe giving Jay Lin game time to encourage new contracts, says Job. Yeah, he ain't going to sign a new contract. This is just terrible. How can you draw a game like this? Arsenal are still losing as well, so the amazing thing is that Arsenal could be heading for 3 draws in a row, which is stunning, isn't it? And we'll have taken 1 point, 2 points from 9. Nunes and Kunku, Tillemans, Chumini, Torres needed, says Eroski. Thank you very much for the super chat there. Embarrassing to give up a 2-0 lead. Come on, we need a goal here. There's plenty of time left. I mean, yeah, I agree. There's plenty of time left. We can't give in yet. But the fact is, from 2-0 up, we should have had this game won. It's the defence that's cost us. Maguire is a world star. He's a worldwide something. "25 minutes to go, attacking the Stretford end." Well, Norwich look like they're going to score. They're much the better team. You can't deny that. They are playing better, I agree. Take Bruno off. I mean, Bruno's been fucking shocking, really. We just handed him a new contract and he's down tools. He shouldn't be. How he stays on. I've just said that. Look, how Bruno stays on every game is out of order. I like him, but he's been crap for weeks, and it's true. I don't know how he stays on the pitch. I've just never seen a player lose the ball so much. It's unbelievable. Liverpool are going wild, says Cormac. Bruno doing his best Casper the Friendly Ghost impression. Been invisible since his new contract, says James. Can't see any debuts for youth now. We always make it difficult. Next sub will be Rashford, says Kay. I think, really, Kay, from this point, I'd be very surprised if we win this game. I think we've lost heads drop again, isn't it? You know, it's the same old shit. And Norwich want it. Like, Norwich can smell blood as well. So we've got a drop. I mean, Pogba's losing it in silly places. Matic has actually brought a bit of momentum. Mark, this United team would be rubbish dog walkers because they can't hold a lead, says Insparks. Are these players running a marathon before every game or something? Just can't understand how we can keep up any intensity for more than 15 to 20 minutes, as the RPG gamer. Come on, you Spurs, says Muzz. It'd be good. Yeah, it's a good results for Spurs at the moment. If we don't find a way to beat Norwich, Delo's just made a great tackle, by the way. If we don't find a way to beat Norwich, we will finish below 8th. This is the easiest game we've got left. The back four are struggling because we are really a back three, says Leo. And who do you think will win tomorrow between Palace and Chelsea, says Berlin? Well, I'm doing a watch along for that on That's Football, but I don't know. I don't know why he doesn't bring a centre back on. Fucking hell. Norwich have just had another chance, headed over the bar. That don't impress me much. Are you surprised, says Thomas? I'm never surprised by how shit these players can be, but all I would say is all this moaning about owners and coaches, and I think one thing that's just become very, very clear, and I'm not saying that there's not a problem with the coaching this year or there's not a problem with the owners, but these players can be the only people who take the blame. They're an embarrassment to the shirt. Even if they find a win from here, they've surrendered a 2-0 lead. I mean, Pogba may as well be taken off as well. Dean Smith will have beaten United at Old Trafford twice in a season, says Cormac. Getting up at 7 AM for this team isn't worth it anymore, says Red Harlow. They're just so bad. Like, they're just so bad against teams that aren't even that good. That's the thing. Arsenal losing and Tottenham already lost. It's typical, says Grant. And why do you care if the club plays Pogba 500k a week? Don't want him at the club, Tilak, basically. That 500k could be spent on 2 players. That's why I care about it. I thought Rangnick's supposed to be good, says Ben Shields. Mate, it wouldn't matter if Pep was in charge. These players have checked out. You can't get people to do things they don't want to do. We shouldn't invest in the attack. Only a striker. Our budget should be solely focused on the defence, says Dan. And the problem is, again, look, we've created nothing. Created nothing in this game. Connor says, what's your new score prediction? I predicted 2-0 and it probably should have been fucking 2-0. Nobody wants top 4, says Lay. You can do your player ratings, actually. That's going to... Oh, how long have we got left? Yeah, we've got about... Yeah, we are into that sort of player ratings area. Oh, man. Can't remember the last time Sancho took on a player, says Mott. These player ratings up. Man City are 3-0 down, yes. Making a substitution. Paul Mitchell's a prat, says Henry Mitchell. Seriously, Mark, do you think United team would finish top in the Championship, says Vincent? They're just so bad. I don't think you can predict anything with this team at the moment. Pogba's coming off for Rashford, and it's just this roll on, roll off of shit, isn't it? Yo, you've been shit today. Let's give you another chance. You've been shit recently as well. Mata's come on. I don't know who Mata came on for. Pogba for Rashford. Mata for Tellez. Joseph, thank you very much for the chat there. Just somebody score a winner, please. Do you think Ahmad has any chance under Eric Ten Hag, says Milan? I don't know. I'm not thinking about that at the moment, mate. Players are miles off. Outfought by bottom of the league is a joke. Hard to believe they're playing for top 4 and they're going down, says Jordan. Pogba got booed. Well, I don't necessarily understand why Pogba's getting booed and certain other people aren't getting booed, to be fair. I'm not saying that Pogba's had a good game, but yeah. And I think hold on, I think there might be a goal for Manchester United. Cristiano Ronaldo from a free kick. Let me just... people in the chat's going mad. Sky Bachelor, welcome to the Members Club. It could be an iconic one. Forget Ten Hag. Forget Fergie couldn't save this team, says Jod. I'm just waiting. It's a free kick from Ronaldo. It's 3-2 to Manchester United. Where the fuck would we be without Ronaldo? That is the truth. We've been absolutely shit. The Spurs game comes to mind again. 2 hat-tricks at Old Trafford, 6 goals, 6 points, 1 man. And all those players can run on and go, oh, can I be in the photo? Can I be in the photo? Fuck off. You know, save your breath. Save your breath. Save your breath for blowing up balloons, you clowns. Get off me. Get away. Don't come anywhere near me. You're a fucking waste of time. It's always me, isn't it? I have to get you out of this shit all the time. And it's true. It's Ronaldo again. Spurs written all over it. Go and blow up some balloons, you clowns. Because it ain't because of you. It's simply Ronaldo, isn't it? Simply Ronaldo. Don't clip it about the balloons, please. Yeah, it's... but it frustrates the hell out of me. We're so shit. We're so shit. And you've got idiots. Somebody said to me yesterday that Gary... I don't know whether it's true, that Gary Neville liked a post about Ronaldo leaving Manchester United. And it's like, you're having a fucking laugh. Are you having an absolute laugh? I have changed the score to Norwich. Sorry, Norwich. Imagine if somebody's watching who's like... turn the sound down or deaf. They're probably going, yes, Norwich are winning. You're not. Sorry, I've made a mistake. Apologies. It's 3-2 anyway. Manchester United lead. But yes, as I've said before, it's very, very frustrating because we need to win. DIY, thanks for the super chat. We do need to win, of course, but it's just the same old shit all the time. It really is. It really is, isn't it? And we just need to win. We just need to win. That's what we need to do today. I think we're in that position where Spurs were in a few weeks ago, where we beat them. I don't think Spurs deserve to lose, but Ronaldo won us the game. And I don't think Norwich deserve to lose, but at the moment, Ronaldo's winning us the game. Anyway, let's get the player ratings up. I mean, I think it's very obvious who's going to win the player ratings, but we will get the link in the chat for you now. Man City have scored, by the way. It's 3-1 in that game. If you're interested. Refresh your stream if you want the player ratings, or you can just go straight to theunitedstand.com. (3-2) to Manchester United. God, we need to win this game against the bottom of the league. We are in that position where we are desperately trying to hang on to what would be massive 3 points for us. And it's down to Cristiano Ronaldo yet again. Yet again. Yet again, he is the man. He is the difference maker. With 10 to go. Ten minutes to go. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Who'd have thought Norwich would be squeaky bum time at Old Trafford? How times have changed. Squeaky bum time. Sure, I heard crowd chant, piss off Pogba, says Ian. That's 99 United goals for Ronaldo, says It's Achilles. Welcome to the Members Club, Jason Richards. It is still 1-0 to Southampton as well. So looking at that league table that I've got up on the screen for you, we would become, we would go level with Arsenal. They'd still have a game in hand, but we would go level with Arsenal. What do I think about Rashford? I think with Rashford, it's wait and see what happens next season, isn't it? Jay says, I used to stick up for players I liked, wanted Martial to stay over Jose, selling him, etc. But now there's not one player I'd choose over Ten Hag. Yeah, I think I'm in the same place with you, mate. Ronaldo is the only United player that gets it, says Ray Carl as well. Come on. Go walk through then, mate. Quick. Seb, go to the kitchen. You can. I think it's De Gea and Ronaldo and De Gea. Again, isn't it? It's the Ronaldo and De Gea show. How many times this season has it been like that? If season finishes, how would you assess Sancho's season, says Toby? Up and down. Up and down. Cup of tea, please. Yeah, very up and down. Imagine what Ronaldo could do if he were in a proper team, says Thomas. Look, I said it, I tweeted it. Check my timeline in the first half. I said, it's a simple world. If you give Ronaldo chances, he will score. And, you know, I tell you now, if Pep Guardiola had got Ronaldo, he'd have scored 40 goals. Ben, thank you very much for joining the Members Club. He would have done, though. Like, he will score goals. We just don't create chances. It's as simple as that. It really is as simple as that. I'm tired of saying it. Tired of saying it. Ronaldo is not the problem, but some people seem to think he is the problem, and it's just a very boring assessment of United, really. But I think that this game has shown very similar traits to the game that we played against Spurs, where we were the better team only because of Cristiano Ronaldo. Firmino's just been sent off. Rashford's getting a bit of stick in the chat. Yeah, player ratings, links in the video description if you want to get involved with that. Please do. Rashford's career, I mean, if he can do something between now and the end of the season, it would be great. But reality is, he's going to have to start next season, isn't he? Mark, would you take Cucurella from Brighton, says Toby? Yeah, I love him. I think he's a fantastic player. Yeah, I really do. I think he's a fantastic player. Cucurella or Lamptey, both fantastic. But you know what, though? How much of it's down to being coached well as well? I mean, they're good players, but, you know, we just need to get to full time here. It's been a... Who would have thought Norwich at home would be such a hard game? Do I think there's a bit of jealousy with Rashford and Ronaldo? I don't know why. It'd be like me walking into the pub and all the girls being round Brad Pitt and me going, why? What are you doing round him? I'm here now. I've got my splasher brute on. Goldbridge is in the house. Get away from Brad Pitt. Like, you know, what part of Rashford thinks that he's on the same competition level as Ronaldo? So I don't know why you would be jealous of him. But maybe it's the people around him and the hype that he gets that he thinks he's on that level, but he's not. Rashford's competing with Harvey Barnes. He ain't competing with Ronaldo. Look in the mirror. Peter, this has been a disturbing game to watch. It's been a bloody hard game for United, and it's been a bit of an embarrassment. But I suppose it's an indication of where we are as a football club at the moment. That we're just not in a good place, and that's very clear, isn't it? There's still time for Norwich to do something here as well. I mean, it'd be a bloody joke if we didn't get a win here. The fact that Southampton are beating Arsenal as well. Arteta out. There'll be Arteta out. I tell you, there'll be Arteta out. They'll be going bloody mad. I think Ten Hag master plan is to sell Rashford and Maguire to PSV so Ajax don't have to worry about the league for years to come, says Alex Whitmore. I don't know to be on a serious note, I don't know what's going on with Arsenal. I think that's a very, very surprising scenario where they lose 3 games in a row. I wouldn't have predicted that one, to be honest with you, but they'll probably bounce back next week against us. But you take Ronaldo and De Gea out this team, and I think we're fighting down the table, to be honest with you. Defensively, shambolic. Manchester United, though. Defensively, all over the shop. And I think Norwich probably... Well, you wonder what Liverpool might do to us, actually. On Tuesday night. But... Still time. It's not over yet. I'm dreading the game against Liverpool, says Victor. I'm actually not dreading the game against Liverpool because I feel that it's... I feel the game against Liverpool is just a bit of a free hit. We won't be expected to get anything out of it anyway. Mar, did you watch the Maguire Kung Fu kicks as IQ? I missed it, mate. Rashford cannot find a pass if his life depended on it, says Sean O'Rourke. Hi, Mark. Matthew from Singapore says hi to all the United stand. Are you doing a watch-along for Ajax versus PSV? I will have it on, but I'll be also doing Crystal Palace against Chelsea at the same time, so I'll be on That's Football, Matthew, yes. Ronaldo is the only United player that gets it, says Ray. I think David De Gea gets it as well, mate. I know we sometimes forget the goalkeeper, but I think he does get it, yeah. It's not been an easy afternoon, has it? By a long way. It's been disappointing in some senses, but please do subscribe. Bottom right hand corner, by the way. We have got the player ratings for you in the match reaction and the fan forum to come. I think it's been typical Manchester United in the sense that we've hopefully going to get a result. We're into stoppage time now. There's 4 minutes added on. But it's been typical Manchester United. Just I can't even get the words out. Just Manchester United. Just Manchester United doing what Manchester United do. Making this season a very, very difficult watch. Nothing massively convincing. Just take the 3 points. But the goal difference, the goal difference isn't great either, is it? 1 goal. We've basically beat Norwich 1-0. It's not game over yet. Don't worry about that. Bruno Fernandes is still on the pitch. Somebody just says, "Where's Bruno been all game?" I've got. Don't worry, Bruno gets a mention in the match reaction. He's a topic, as is the defence. Don't worry about that. Ronaldo is the problem, says Carlos, and then he does lots of smiley faces because he's not the problem, is he? We all know that. Thanks everyone who's joined the members club, by the way. If you want to do that, you can click the chat link at the top of the chat, or just click the join button. Don't forget, we've got exclusive content for the members now. Put up a new video today about Tchouaméni and how he compares to McTominay, Declan Rice. The bit on Calvin Phillips is probably the best bit out of that video, actually, because when you look at the statistics of it, he's not that very good. He's not very good. I can't update the Premier League table. It's a static image. So the Premier League table, anyway, why would I update the Premier League table? Because it'd still be as it stands. The game's not over yet. I'm not doing that. Magic matter, proving age is just a number, says Lay. We just lost the ball now. I just want to tell you this as well. Let me just tell you one thing. Southampton are beating Arsenal 1-0. This will make you laugh. They've had 76% possession, Arsenal. 21 shots. And they're losing 1-0. Crazy. In many ways, the day has gone our way. Even though we've played... Well, actually, the day has gone our way. Spurs have lost, Arsenal have lost, and we've won by playing badly. The new player comparison vids are much appreciated, says Cormac. Yep, you can check them out on the members section. Thanks, Cormac. Danny, thanks for the super chat as well. John says, Mark, what's your thoughts on how Alanga has played defensively? I think he's done well. Thank you, John. Imagine if we never got Ronaldo and sold De Gea last summer, says Vincent. We need a young Matic and a Mata. Both are too old, says Emil. I'm telling you, Mark, Mata and Matic changed the game. I don't think you're wrong, Anthony. And hello, Mark. If we manage to win this game after all, we all need a Ronaldo t-shirt at the United Stand website store, please. This is what you get. United Stand on Shopify. Get these. We ship them worldwide. Absolutely fantastic. And we've needed it today. It'd be interesting to see what he's going to do against Liverpool on Tuesday night, though, because you're going to have to play Matic. Ten Hag has to focus on the defence first, says Danny. I'm going to go mad about it on the match reaction, but I cannot for the life of me understand what we do with Harry Maguire. Like, why is he the spare man? It makes no sense. People say, well, Van Dijk's the spare man, but he's quick. It's been very stressful, says Oz, but it's turned out the way we wanted it to turn out. It has. It has. And that is full-time, I think. It is full-time. Manchester United with a very, very, very important win. God, we had to work for it. God, it was Norwich. But Manchester United have managed to win the game from 2-0 up to 2-2 to 3-2 win. Massive, massive win for Manchester United. I've dropped the link in the video description. Lots to talk about in the match reaction. I've still got Liverpool Man City got on, so I can keep you updated on that in the match reaction as well. But I will be over there in a minute. I'll see you over there for the match reaction. Thanks everyone for watching. Get your player ratings in. I'm still live.